Hey everyone, and welcome to Tuesday Notary Titans. What's the date today? Today is April 28th. In my head, the date is I'll be at conference next week hosting this show live for all of you to join us. We are so very excited. So let's get into it today. A very special welcome to anybody who is brand new to this call. We are thrilled that you're here. This is TNT, the nation's longest running free coaching program for notaries. And we want to give a really special hello to everybody that's watching the replay on YouTube. Thank you for joining us. What is TNT? Well, you are stepping into a room where growth isn't optional, it's expected, where ideas get refined, confidence gets stronger, and notaries who are serious about leveling up show up ready to do the work. This is TNT. We go live every week to introduce fresh strategies, strengthen what's already working, recognize real progress, and coach you through the decisions that keep your business evolving and profitable. This is an Ask Me Anything style call where no questions are off limits. And you can ask questions in the chat if you would like, but they won't be prioritized. We prioritize people who raise their hands. And you can find the raised hand feature right at the bottom of your Zoom screen. Be sure you're also checking out the chat for room etiquette, any announcements or information about speakers that we might have. And you also want to check that chat for upcoming events and links or announcements that we make. But first, I want to introduce myself. My name is Jen Neitzel. I am the creator of Marketing for Notaries, co-creator of the Certified Notary Trust Delivery Agent program, and author of On the Move. And I am joined today by the GOAT herself, the 2026 Notary of the Year, Miss Laura Beaver. Hey, Laura.
Hi, everyone. So good that you guys could break away and join us today.
Yeah.
Love being here with you.
I'm so excited for next week, Laura.
My God.
And one of the things that I'm really excited about to be at the NNA conference is that we are going to be selling our books and autographing books at our TNT exhibitor booth. So if you're
Yes.
going, you have to come hang out with us at the TNT booth. We're going to talk about all that in a minute. Um, but you have an incredible book that's out, Laura, and I want you to tell everybody about it because this is their chance to get a copy for a reduced price, and have this. You call it a guide. I mean, it's like an encyclopedia of medical work for notaries. But tell us about it.
Thanks. Well, if you are doing hospital, hospice, uh, homebound signings, then the Compassionate Notary is the field guide you need. It's the one I wish was in existence when I started myself, because walking into these rooms is not just a different location. It is an entirely different situation. And it's about doing the work well, protecting the signer, and protecting yourself. So enjoy it. I think it's going to really make you feel confident and competent working in those environments.
Yeah.
Let me
And
hand it
Laura
to
and I will both be at that TNT booth signing copies of our book, whether you buy one or bring it. We are happy to make sure that things are signed. My book is for anyone who doesn't have a marketing plan in their business. You need this book. It's called On the Move, the relationship driven 5 point marketing solution for mobile business success. And you can find the link in the chat. And we really want to give a very special thank you to everyone who helped both Laura and I in the Kindle flash
Oh,
sale that
thanks.
we hosted last week. Your purchases and reviews made a huge difference, and we are so grateful. So thank you for helping us with that. I have a special assignment for everybody on this call today, so pay attention. I need you to think of one notary right now who needs to be in this room and text them this link right now. It's in the chat, not later, not when you get a chance, right now. Text them to join us because momentum matters. And Matt, did that go in the chat? Yeah, there you go. He's got it.
It's going in right now.
Thank you, sir. I couldn't tell. All right. Laura and I, as you know, are the creators of the Certified Notary Trust Delivery Agent training, and our next free webinar to explain The estate planning opportunity is May 14th at 10 a.m. Central Time, which is 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern. You can register for free at the link in the chat. It's an Eventbrite link. If you are not a CNTDA yet, if you are interested in estate planning, we would love to see you there. Now, we've been teasing this for months, Laura, but everybody should know by now that Tuesday, Notary Titans will be live from the National Notary Association conference that is happening May 3rd through 5th in Orlando. The time is going to be different, so pay attention, guys. The time is going to be 2 hours before our normal time slot, but we're using the same link. Okay. So Tuesday, May 5th at 1:15 Eastern, 10:15 Pacific, 12:15 Central. Make sure that you notate the time change, but it's going to be the same link, and we are going live from the NNA conference. And if you are a regular attendee of this call, TNT, if you're a member of Marketing for Notaries or CNTDA or Laura's Inner Circle or Matt's the California League of Independent Notaries, we want you to join us at the TNT booth immediately after breakfast on Monday, May 4th, 8:30 a.m. local time. We're going to do a big group picture. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then also, Matt, Laura, and I will be in the lobby bar on Monday afternoon. After the conference ends, we'll be going in and out. Come hang out with us in the lobby bar. We're going to be there for a happy hour, just hanging out and talking to folks and getting pictures. So we hope to see you guys there. And Matt, I got to say, I'm sorry I was getting all excited about thanking people for our books. And I forgot to introduce the most important person on this call, Matt Miller, who supports us and
No
handles all
worries.
the technical stuff.
The flow was great, but good afternoon, everyone. Happy to see you again. Really looking forward to seeing some familiar faces in person next week at
Yeah,
conference.
it's going to be a lot
But
of fun.
let's make it a good call.
Absolutely. Matt
Cool.
is running the TNT booth, so you're going to see a lot of him as Laura and I are in and out doing workshops. Now, today is a very special day because we have with us our folks from the National Notary Association. So let me see who's on the call. We've got Notary Nicola. Hi, Nicola. How are you?
I'm here.
Yay.
I have
And then,
conference brain.
Yeah.
Everything is going on. Sorry for the time change. That's on me.
I can't, oh, it's
But
fine.
it's
We're all
all the
grown-ups.
things.
We can all read a clock. We
Yeah.
know. I'm so glad that you are here. Who is joining you today?
Susie, where's Susie?
Susie's here.
Hi,
I'm
I
Susie.
here.
see
Hi,
her.
everyone.
Hi. Oh my gosh,
Hi.
you guys. I can't wait to hug you both
I know.
when we see you in a few days.
Same.
And this is a great opportunity for anybody who is attending the conference to ask them questions directly. And that could include, what do I wear to the gala? What's the attire for a workshop? Do I have to participate in this? What if I want to see something that's only showing once? How do I manage my schedule? What about the app? All those questions they can answer in their sleep. And they are here today to not only be our guest panelist, but to talk a little bit about the NNA. So are you doing like just major countdown right now, ticking away? Yeah.
Yes.
Are you sleeping?
Um, so you kind of is the answer. So, but if you ask Susie, I do my best thinking when I am asleep. So, like all the best ideas I've ever had have come from dreams. And so there's a lot of like, oh, did I do this? And did I do that? So I have to keep the notepad next to the bed so that when I wake up, I write them down and don't forget. But we're just excited. We want everything to be amazing for everyone who's taking the time, spending the money to come, because we just want to make this the best experience. So seeing everybody once a year, the minimum once a year required, seeing them in person, giving those hugs and, getting to like talk shop with the notary community is my favorite time of year. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And
that and Christmas.
well, well,
Christmas and
Susie wasn't,
conference.
you weren't
Yeah.
there last year, Susie, because your son was graduating. So we're especially happy to see you.
Yeah, it's been too long.
I know. Well, let's get into some of these questions today. Gloria already has her hand up. Gloria, what can we do? Tell us what state you're in, and then
Hi
what can we do
there.
for you? Hi.
Yeah, my name is Gloria and I am from Southern California. How are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
Good. I wanted to ask a little advice, but I want to give you a little bit of a background first.
Okay.
I've been a notary since 2011, and I've been doing loan signings and such for about the last 6 years. Now I'm very good at what I do, and I know my documents real well. And on top of that, I'm a very healthy 85-year-old, and I like to stay active. Thank you. Stay active, talk to people. Plus, I like the extra cash. Okay.
Yeah.
And I will probably keep this going for about another year or so. And I don't want to build like a bigger business or anything like that. Mostly, I relied on loan signing companies.
Mm-hmm.
However, this is my question. I am so disgusted. Most of them are offering anywhere from $30 to $50 per signing, which is disgusting. It's not even worth getting in a car for.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you recommend? Is there a better way, or is there some good signing companies that are at least reasonable? What would you suggest?
Well, let's start with the goat herself, Laura Beaver.
So I will need to be honest that I rarely do loan signings anymore. I really focus on trust work and hospital work, and that's where I focus my time. It's not that I never do them. I do them when the price is right. That's when I do them. So it has to be in my area. The price has to be the right price. And typically it has to be a company I've done business with, because then I can trust they've had a pattern of paying me. Because it doesn't matter what they promise. If they don't pay me in the end, I just did everything for nothing. So with that said, always direct work is better paying than through a signing service. Signing services, are you connected with BankServe, which is Fidelity?
What was it?
BankServe?
BankServe, yes.
Yeah. So they still offer good jobs. They're very reliable. They're part of the Fidelity umbrella, and actually doing work for them can help you ultimately get work through Fidelity more directly, where you get higher paying. I work for another one called Safe Signings. That's a signing service, and they're back east. Very good. Pays well, and they've always paid me right on time. Usually they pay every 2 weeks. So those are a couple that I would recommend, but I'd also recommend not just relying on a few signing services. And if they're not offering, then you might want to make a little pivot and look at what's going on in your community. How else can you serve as a notary there? Because loan signings is just one specialty of all the things that we can do. And sometimes it's great, and sometimes not so much. So that's my second recommendation, is don't just rely on that. See what you can do that's beyond that. I'll let somebody else if they want to add.
Well, I want to hear about the Find a Notary from our NNA friends. So Nicola or Susie, you guys want to take this one?
Look, we're like, who's going to do it?
I know, right? Yeah. Kind of like playing soccer when you run into somebody and you're like, who's going to go which way? Yeah. Nicola, I don't know. Maybe you could speak to this better than I can, the Find a Notary directory.
Yeah, I mean that's really it's really about where the people are looking for notaries in the area, but just having yourself in as many places as possible. And Jen can speak to the marketing aspect of just making sure you have the word out there. Unpopular opinion, I personally do not like loan signings either, and I will tell everybody this, but and focus on the just doing the notarizations. But I also tell anybody who will listen, just, if you think that dollar amount that's being offered isn't enough, don't do it. So I'm biting my tongue, because if you know me, I have a lot more to say, but I'm going to keep it PG today. So that being said, I think that the specialty notary work and just the general stuff that's out there is really the way to go, especially with the level of experience that you have. I'm sure a lot of people at this point know you're a notary, and it's just about saying it ad nauseum until that minute that they realize that they need one. Because I can't even tell you the calls that I've gotten from people who remember, are you still doing that notary thing? I haven't talked to them in years, and I'll suddenly get a message on social media that says, are you still doing the notary thing? And yes, I am. So that, maybe not the answer that you wanted, but that's what I have to say about that.
I also like the escrow companies. They're although they normally have their own escrow or their own notary, many times they have people that want to do it on the weekend or something like that.
Can I say this too? Amazon has stopped taking returns at the Amazon plants. And
Mhm.
so that has made UPS stores overloaded with returns from various retailers. So I don't know if you've gone into a UPS store lately, but the second that someone asks for a notarization, because I have a shopping problem, so I'm doing a lot of returns. But when you hear someone ask for a notarization, they literally have to put the person to the side. So I've been telling anyone that will listen to go to their local UPS stores that they're willing to jump and go over to, because they need that help right now, because there's usually one person working the office, especially on the weekends, and they are also the notary. And guess when the returns happen? On the weekends when people are not at work. So there's my other 2 cents about that.
Great
That's a
idea.
great tip.
I love that. Matt, do you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, I would just add negotiate. It's always okay to ask for a little bit more. And when you're doing that, it's about delivery, right? So you want to itemize your fees. You want me to print the documents. You want me to sit with the customer. You want me to notarize the documents. You want me to scan the documents. You want me to go ship the documents. And when you start listing all the actual work involved, I think that it helps the person on the other end of the phone be a little bit more receptive to your counter offer. So when you have the chance, I think always, always, always counter offer. And just for all the other California notaries on the phone, we're still very much working on getting our fee bill through so that next year you got a little bit more leverage to say, hey, we got higher fees now. So we need to
Yeah.
be paid more.
So, Gloria, I want to give you my perspective from the marketing side. And normally in this situation, I would be telling you, you've got to get out there and build relationships. You need to meet people. You need to go network. You need to meet those escrow officers and walk into the shipping centers and all of those things. But the truth is, in-person marketing, to really see a return on it, takes about 12 to 18 months.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of people out there that will tell you, and it doesn't mean you're not making money. And there's a lot of people that'll tell you, like, you don't need that long. Just sign up with all the signing services and you'll get all the business you can get, right? Who hasn't heard that advice? But here we are in 2026, and that advice doesn't hold true anymore because a lot, not all, but a lot of signing services aren't paying notaries what they're worth. They're not paying us our value. But you said you want to retire in a year. Right. So
Right.
my goal to you or my advice to you would be to say, do you have your Google business profile set up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Keep interacting with that at least 2 to 3 times a week and talk about all the other things you can do besides loan signings on that. Create a little post about POAs. How do what kind of identification you need from people who might be in an assisted living facility who don't have it? Like, what are some alternatives you could do? Just think outside the box a little bit and really, really hammer that Google business profile for the next year. I think that would be the fastest way for you to put some money in your pocket as someone who already has an established Google business profile. I don't want to be the one to tell you to go out there and pound the streets. Um, because you're looking to retire in a year and you're going to want to back off. And right about that time, would be when everything starts ramping up. You'd be
Right.
like, I don't want to do this anymore. So,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that. But yeah, I would really, really, really focus on that Google business profile and interact with it.
Makes
Tell
sense.
it, tell it what you are capable of doing outside of loan signings and let the algorithm do its thing. You want to, focus on certain keywords, but Laura has something she wanted to add too.
I did. I didn't actually hit my thing, but it like
It
when
saw
I did
you.
this, the hand came on. I just want to add something to what Nicola had said, which is those UPS stores. And, you know, going there and saying, hey, I'm a mobile notary, I can take care of your customers, that's not going to do it if that's what you're doing. All right. The reason I have ones in my town that refer work to me is because I do two things. One is I refer work to them. So when my caller isn't my customer because they don't want to pay a travel fee, then I'm sending them to the UPS store that I have a relationship with. That's the first thing. So I'm offering business back in exchange.
Right.
The other thing is I give them something else of value. For me, I use my expertise. And so some of them call me like their own little private hotline and say, hey, we got a customer in the store. I'm not quite sure what to do here. So what can you do to make yourself of value to them rather than, you know, just expecting because you came in and because you're a notary, that's enough. It takes more than that now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
How does all this sound, Gloria?
Sounds pretty good. I got some good ideas here. I'll
Good.
definitely work. I like your Google business idea.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kind
Keep
of fun
hammering
to
at
do.
that.
And
It's
it's
kind
my favorite price, free.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
It's my favorite price, free.
I know. I like that.
Thank
All
you.
right.
What a
Thank
great
you so
question.
much. You're awesome. Thank you.
Thank you for that awesome question. I appreciate it. Um, who else wants to get their hand raised and have their questions answered while we're doing that? Susie, I'm curious to know what's like the number one question you guys get about conference?
Usually it's where are we going next year?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And man, I try everything to get them to tell me, and they will not do it. It is
Nope,
terrible.
nope. Mum's the word. That's right. This year it's in lovely Orlando, Florida, and it's coming up this week, May 3rd through 5th. I think that, a lot of people want to know what's on the agenda, what workshops are going to serve them based on their niche or where they are in their process of becoming a notary or growing their business. And I can say this as a very broad answer. More than ever, we have such a great selection of different workshops to serve people looking for different specialties and trying to solve different problems. There's even one on how to serve a neurodivergent customer. Like that, I think that's just incredible that, we're also trying to talk outside of just the mainstream box. There's a couple of workshops on apostees, of course, medical facilities and healthcare and trust documents, featuring you guys. Yeah, there's just, I think there's just a little something for everyone. We have some really great panels as well. One featuring our influencer of the year nominees, and they're going to be talking about how they do their thing on social media, but even beyond that, I mean, they're just, their roots go much deeper than just doing a fun TikTok dance. They really know how to speak to their audiences, and they give some great tips on that. And then there's another panel, and I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's super catchy. Help me out here, Nicola. It's with Michelle Riley, and what is that?
From Fear to Freedom.
Fear to Freedom. Yes, that told you it was a catchy title, and I love that. So just, kind of helping people know how to, project and not be afraid of that, how to handle the hard stuff. So
Love
it's
it.
very exciting.
Yeah, that it was inspired by a notary meetup, by the way, because I went to a meetup where somebody had quit their good job. They had just gave their 2-week notice to become a full-time notary and were scared out of their mind what was going to come next.
Mhm.
But it's literally people from every stage in the journey, and even somebody on the panel that loves their 9 to 5 and doesn't want to leave. So I am biased to this because I'm moderating it, but I'm excited for people that like had government jobs and all these different places where they are, somebody who's on the cusp of leaving but just can't pull the trigger, to have that discussion of like, how do you know when it's time, or do you have to do that? So And based on feedback, we have paths this time that really are going to label like what we're trying to accomplish with the workshop. So if you're new or you've been doing this forever and you don't want to go to another beginner, I don't want to see anybody walking out like, oh, I knew everything in there. So we really added a lot of advanced stuff, and challenge some of the speakers to really present from a higher level for the folks that have been around for a while. So hopefully people feel that when they attend the workshops and get that sense of like, oh, this was a waste of my time, but I'm glad I came anyway, kind of thing. So we're really trying hard to appeal to everybody this year.
Yeah. Well, and the really cool thing about you, I mean, when I approached you it was last year, at conference, right after conference, I approached you and said, let's do TNT live next, this year at conference. And you immediately said, yes, that's a great idea. Let's flesh this out. It's going to give everybody here an opportunity who can't be in Orlando for whatever reason, a chance to kind of peek behind the curtain and see what it's like. And so I'm excited for everyone who maybe has considered going but hasn't pulled the trigger yet to join us next year, because they're going to get that behind the scenes glimpse of what it's like just from joining the call they're on every Tuesday afternoon anyway.
I feel bad for the workshop next door because
I know. Wait till you see my playlist I made for
oh
it.
dear.
Oh, yeah.
Little
Okay,
music.
order the soundproof walls. Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Well, Giselle has a question for us. Hi, Giselle. Tell us what state you're in.
Hi, good afternoon. First off, I want to say thank you to everyone here for providing time to talk to us.
Of course.
I am in the state of Florida. I currently just became a notary. Decided to do that before graduating this year, and I'm learning a little bit as I go. I'm trying to research, trying to find mentors as well. And one common denominator between talking to people is they say join the NNA.
Mhm.
And I originally submitted my certification or my application through the Florida Notary Association. So my question is it too late to be able to join the NNA at this point?
Never.
Okay.
Let's ask them directly. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay.
Giselle, guess what? I'm going to give you a 1 year membership right now for free just to get you started. Because Susie was going to message me right now and tell me to do it. So
Nicola, you stole my thunder. I was
sorry.
totally like ready to go. Come on, Giselle.
Yeah.
Okay.
We Susie and I have worked together for, let's just call it 20 years, and we can read each other's minds. So as soon as you opened your mouth to say, could you join the NNA, we were going to let you do that and
Yes.
do the first year free.
Congrats.
Wow, thank you. I did not expect that.
So, but can you message either Susie or myself your email, and we'll get it added for you today. So yeah, we'll get you started on your journey, and then hopefully we'll see you.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much.
Well,
And
Susie, can you tell Giselle, since she's new to the NNA, then what the top benefits are, so she knows where to look and how to navigate her membership.
Absolutely. So I am biased because this is my team, but the hotline, calling someone 6 days a week when you're have a question, stuck on something, just want to let me say, everybody who calls the hotline usually knows the answer. It's having that other person on the other end who says, yes, you are right. For that peace of mind to keep pushing forward when you have that little inkling of doubt. So wherever you are in the scenario, whether it's before you leave, sitting at the table, wherever the case may be, there's no person on earth that's going to get mad that when you say, hey, let me get a second opinion really quick. I want to do this right for you. So on top of that, there's all kinds of member benefits behind the wall once you log in, downloading notary certificates. There's books back there. There's discounts on a lot of stuff that I don't know if people know to take advantage of. So it is a ton of things. And one of the things we're working on right now is trying to do better at getting the word out what those other things are. Because I don't know that everybody knows to log in behind the wall and check out the things that we have available unless you actually sit through a presentation. So one of these days, maybe we'll get the opportunity to come back and we can tell you all about it.
thank you so much, ladies. And thank you for taking my question.
Thank you for giving her a membership, you guys. That's so
Yeah.
generous. We
And
appreciate it.
Jen, if you don't mind, I'd like to also just add, we have a knowledge center on our website,
Mhm.
and there is a paywall for some of the stuff. You have to be a member, but there's so much that's free to access. So all
That's
of you
true.
could go there now to the nationalnotary.org website and just go to our knowledge center, and you'll see law updates and all kinds of bulletin articles, and just it's pretty incredible. Every time I go there, I'm like, dang, I didn't know we taught that on here, or had this resource. So yeah, very helpful.
Yeah, Giselle, make sure you sign up to get the or weekly NNA newsletter because that's just chock full of information and it comes to you directed at your state as well, which I love. So that I'm in Texas, I'm in Dallas. So it comes to me and it's Texas-based things. I'm not reading about California or Philadelphia or something like that. It's Philadelphia is not a state. I don't know why I said that. Pennsylvania.
We don't
Anyway,
judge.
anyway, Larry has a question for us. Larry's in San Francisco. Hey, Larry.
Good. Hey, everyone. Now, actually, I wanted to sort of bolster what the NNA people were saying about the benefit of joining NNA.
Yeah.
You guys probably remember last year, I hadn't had a membership in NNA because money issues, and I got a free membership. And I have been using it, and I'm like sitting here going, why didn't I have this before? So Giselle, it's going to be so beneficial, especially the helpline. I mean, just like last week, I was working with a signing service, and because I mostly do loan signing, and one of the forms in the loan package was what they called a notary. What do they call it? Notary confirmation form. And it just wanted you to put all of your information in there. And one of the things they wanted us to do was notarize, was put our stamp on it. They didn't call it notarizing, but they wanted you to sign it and then put your notarization, I'm sorry, put your stamp on it. I'm like, I can't do that because that means notarizing my signature. And the signing service was arguing with me about that. Like, I'll just do it. That's not what it says. It doesn't say it's notarization. So I called up the NNA helpline with the signing service on the other side with me to say, look, this is what they want me to do. I can't do this. Am I right or not? And like we ganged up on the signing service and told them that is something that notaries cannot do, and they backed down. And it was like the third time since I had this membership that I've been able to just call up the helpline and say, I know that this isn't true, but the service is arguing with me. So can you like be the teacher, be the authority, and help me convince them that I don't have to do it? And they backed down. So and there was forms. Once you sign in your membership, you can download like the forms, the acknowledgement and the jurat forms. You want to download and print those out and keep them with you when you go out on signing because you might need loose leaf forms. And there are all kinds of books. I just, chock full of stuff. I just want to say, go NNA. Having membership in NNA really did help way
Well,
more than I
Larry,
thought it
Thank
would.
you, Larry.
you may not know this, but they're going to be joining us on TNT at least once a quarter now. So you'll have a chance to hang out with the NNA at least once a quarter here on TNT. So and ask questions directly. So thank you for saying that. You guys have a fan in Larry. Pam in SoCal, what can we do for you?
Love you,
Hello.
Larry.
So the ID books that you can get from the NA, I
Mhm.
guess I haven't gotten a new one recently. So I guess is that something that should be updated? I don't know if they update it every year or
I don't know that you need one. Oh my God, I'm going to get fired. I don't know that you need one
I
every
can say it.
year. But I mean, the thing is, it just depends how often states are updating the IDs, right? To know. So, I mean, I I would not be
yeah.
afraid to pull up an
Uh,
old one. And then if the ID, it's more about when you get an ID that you don't recognize, or
Right.
when you're talking to the person on the phone and they say what you say, what are you going to give me? And you're like, oh, I don't know about
Right.
that. And you want to research. So maybe every other year.
Yeah, I mean, I think California's had some major changes. I probably should
No,
get the new one
we
that's out
have.
now. And
And
then
I do get
also,
mine every other year.
yeah,
Okay, good.
And
I'm glad Laura said it too.
also just
yeah.
a second, Matt. Also the handbook, is that
Mhm.
uh just online? The new
The
The
handbook?
Secretary of
California
State.
primer or the
Uh
notary handbook?
no, the notary handbook.
So
SOS handbook.
this one,
Yeah.
oh my
Oh
gosh,
wait.
it's so out of focus now. This is the last year's. This is the 2025. They're
Oh,
not, the Secretary of State was printing them
Right.
for a while, and they told us last year they weren't going to print anymore. So it's
So
just going to be
just
a digital,
download.
but yeah, unfortunately.
Okay.
So
Okay. Go ahead,
uh,
Matt. What were you going to say?
I was just going to mention there were 3 states last year that updated their
Yeah.
ID design. So
Right.
maybe
This would
it's
be a good
it's
year.
a year to get a new
Yeah.
book.
yeah.
Right.
Well, and I
Yeah.
think too, there's been a lot of updates with the Real ID coming out.
Mhm.
So it probably is the right time to get that
Yeah.
updated because I know a lot of states have made, some changes around the Real
And
ID stuff too.
even digital IDs coming out isn't going to change the physical ones
Right.
because of the limbo of whether or not notaries can take them, and that debate that's still kind of ongoing depending on who you ask. So,
Mhm.
What state you're in.
Or what
yeah.
state you're in. Yeah, that is going to be a very interesting debate. I'm sure we'll be talking about that more as time goes by. But thank you for
Thank
that,
you.
Pam. Great
Mhm.
question. Stacy, hi, Stacy. Stacy, are you in Florida?
I'm in North Carolina.
Oh,
All
North
right. Well, I was nowhere
Carolina.
near, but
You were just a few states down.
yeah, that
Oh,
side of the country. Yeah.
Right. Well, I just wanted to kind of add on with the updated notary handbooks for those who are on this meeting that are in North Carolina. North Carolina has just released their newest edition of the handbook. It came out in April, and it is found at the local community colleges if you can't order it online. Plus, you get a bonus with the book because you also get a digital copy as well. So I just wanted to share that for any other North Carolina notaries that may be on the meeting.
We just
Great
ordered ours for
update.
hotline, so
and
thank you.
Stacy, are you going to the next in May? You're having a Zoom conference. What date is that? In North Carolina?
May
Yes,
15th and 16th.
Is that what
yes,
it is?
I will be there.
Well, I'll be seeing you there.
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
not attending in person, are you? You're on Zoom?
I'm doing a Zoom.
Yeah. Is it an in-person or is it all Zoom?
Both.
Yeah.
I
Both?
don't know if it's all Zoom because I know my part is Zoom.
Hmm.
The hybrid.
It might be all online. There's
Okay.
like 3 different speakers, and I'm
Got
just
it.
checking my calendar because I couldn't remember what day it was. I just knew it was in May.
Well, the state is
Okay,
also having an event in August. North Carolina is having an event in August as well.
Yeah, the Secretary of State is having,
Yes.
yeah, I will probably be attending that one as
North
well.
Carolina's getting busy this year. I love it.
they
Yeah,
Love to
yeah,
are.
see
we
it.
have
Yeah.
increased in numbers down here with notaries. So
Love it.
everybody's grabbing a piece of the pie.
That's right. That's right. Future collaborators and friends for you, Stacy, not competition, right?
Absolutely. And as a
May
matter of
18th.
fact, just to speak on that, I met with a lady yesterday who has an office. So we're going to share our office. She's also a notary.
Nice.
So we're co-workers now.
I love that.
Awesome. Congratulations. Thanks for
Thank
that
you.
update. I
Love
love
hearing
hearing that
that.
kind of stuff. That's really cool. Thank you, Stacy. Giselle is back with a question. Did we spark something?
Yes, just I'm sorry if I'm asking so much today. I'm very
No,
new.
that's why we're here.
Thank you. Just listening to all these great workshops going on around, I was wondering if you guys have any or know of any events here in Miami, Florida, maybe that can go in person.
I
Felicia, are you aware of anything going on in Florida other than the conference right now in Orlando? I'm not aware of anything, but they do have events there. And Celicia would be a fabulous person to, if you're not ever been in contact with her before,
Mm.
I'd be writing down her name.
Yes, Miss Alicia
Yeah.
actually recommended me here to TNT.
Oh,
Oh,
there you
good.
go.
I was
She's
very
a
fortunate.
connector.
Yes, she's wonderful. Thank you.
Fabulous.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't. Have you heard
I
of
think
anything
Melissa
then? Or-
Battle Savage has got something coming up in Tampa, though. I think she does have something coming up in Tampa.
Well,
Oh,
Amber just is doing her tour, and she'll be in Tampa the day before conference on May 2nd. Um, I just saw something on Instagram about that. Giselle, do you know who Amber Gist is?
No, I do not. I
She's she's with the Notary Training Hub.
Mhm.
She was the influencer of the year this
last
year for
year,
the
or
NNA.
this year.
Yeah, so she's all over Instagram and TikTok and stuff. I think it's sold out though, if I'm not
It
mistaken. If
is.
I, is it? Okay.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, can you
Um,
guys give me her name one more time just so I can follow?
sure, Amber Gist, Gist.
Google her.
All
Yes.
right. Thank you.
She has several different names she has on Instagram, but Notary Training Hub is just one of them. But yeah, she'd be a great contact for you because I know she and Melissa work together, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Who else has, thank you, Giselle. Who else
Yeah.
has a question for us, you guys? Lots of great questions today. I'm so glad, NNA team, that you guys are joining us and getting to answer all these questions live on the call.
I have a question for the NNA team.
All right.
Who is the MC this year?
Ooh.
That's
Same as
known as the
last
voice of
year.
God.
Hyena Hood.
Hyena Hood. Same as
Great.
last
She
year.
is so much fun.
She did a great
Do
job.
not miss the kickoff, is all
Yeah.
I have to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Getting us all
Fun stuff.
excited.
I have never been more excited for the conference to kick off because Kaina is so much fun. Yes. So
She's dynamic.
you
Yeah.
do not want to miss it because, yeah, it's going to be amazing.
Awesome.
Also, we're going to be doing a Facebook Live broadcast at the kickoff for part of it, and then for part of the gala banquet, just so that people there can kind of peek into it. So,
Yeah.
so stay tuned, and you'll be able to just kind of watch some of it in action.
Yeah,
So,
that's such a great idea. Kind of like, same thing with TNT, kind of give a
yeah,
peek
yeah,
behind the curtain. This is what it's like.
right.
I think, when I hear conference, I think of like sitting there kind of boring, listening to
Oh,
wah, 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 wah. That is
mm,
not what this
no,
Not like
for
is.
that at all.
sure.
As we go and we kind of talk to people and tell them, okay, we're going to have a conference and we're going to bring a bunch of notaries to your hotel. And they kind of look like, oh, great. Sounds like a
Oh,
blast. And I'm like, so yeah, they get a little rowdy sometimes. So lots of fun. But it's, the people and seeing people that you see once a year. And
yeah.
as great as the education is, it's also the people make it possible. So
Networking.
even
Networking
the networking and just hanging out and being, and I say this over and over again, so if you've heard me say this, but it's people who speak your language
Mhm.
because what we say is so unique. And when you are talking about stuff with friends and family and kind of giving them your day-to-day grievances, and they're just like, oh yeah, that sounds awful. But people really knowing, like when you say, they wanted me to do something that I'm not allowed to do, and how frustrating it is, to really feel that frustration of what they're truly asking, rather than just like, oh yeah, that's terrible. So it's like people who speak your language.
Yeah. Very, very true. Well, Celicia has her hand up. Celicia, do you have a U-Haul ready to drag all our
Well,
books from
that was
Jacksonville?
one of the things that I was going to say. I'm cleaning out the van today so I can load it up. And I've got, I'll be carrying a little, a purse for my luggage. That's what I'll be carrying for
And
my
then
luggage. So
all
filling up
books.
the van with books. World famous best-selling author Jen Neitzel and Laura Beaver have sent their books here so I can fetch them down to you guys. Yes,
Oh,
I
Thank
should
appreciate.
you.
do not forget. Now, I want to just take a guess with Nicola and Susie. What is the cost to put on a conference? I mean, I just was guessing last night in a conversation with someone. I guess I just guessed about $800,000. Am I close?
Would be an expense.
Nobody's saying anything. They're all
I
like, whoop.
I'm going to plead the fifth on this one.
Okay.
But what I will say is, we work really hard to keep it cost effective for the people that are coming. So whatever it is that everyone's paying for is just to cover at the bare minimum cost, so
Right.
so that everybody can come. But it's not as it's yeah, it's expensive, but it's
It's
worth
expensive.
it
Okay.
because
I mean, I don't know. I was just throwing it out there because somebody said, well, they ought not charge us or blah, 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 or it ought to be free. And it's like, are you kidding me? Do you know what a hotel costs to rent a hotel, a
Hmm.
ballroom? Somebody's got to pay the people that pour the coffee and pick up the chairs and do the.
Isn't it?
I mean, you've either obviously never done a convention or anything before.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this, and they said, oh, and the NNA is so expensive. And I said, just a minute. Let me, and I tell you, when it comes to money, my math skills go way up. It's 15 cents a day to be a member of the NNA in a 4-year period. And
Oh.
if you don't think it's worth that, then you don't need to be a notary. If you're not getting 15 cents worth a day out of value,
Yeah.
my God. Because somebody said,
I'm
well,
gonna
it's so,
have the marketing team
no,
call and hire
it's
you,
so
Celicia.
expensive. And they were buying it 1 year at a time. And I said, buy the 4 year, it's $219. It's $54 a year
Buy it
or
Yeah.
at
something like that.
conference.
So yeah,
What'd you
it's
say, Matt?
15
Buy it
cents.
at conference. You get a deal.
There,
Oh,
Buy it
yeah,
at
you
conference, you
do.
get it
there
on
will
sale.
there
Yeah.
will be a deal at conference. So
Yeah.
And for the people that say that, it should be free or it should be included in our dues,
Ugh.
then great. Your dues are now $3,000 a year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you take your pick. I mean,
Yeah.
and I understand it. So I just want to let you know that I understand, but I was just taking a guess at, how much it costs to put on a conference. I mean, you have the rooms, you have the people, I mean, it's huge. Yeah.
So I don't work for the NNA, so I can say a couple of things here. Number one, the food alone is well over 80% of the entire cost. Um, yeah, just the food. And um, this is not a moneymaker
meals
for them.
included. There are
Yeah,
meals
there's
included.
meals included. This is not a moneymaker for them.
No.
This is not a moneymaker. So
But
there's
I do
no.
want to say something because now I'm not,
Now you can
You're
say
I
it.
can
free.
speak my mind. I'm going to tell you guys, this will be my 20th conference. So I've been
Wow.
going to these for 20 years. And when people ask me, how did you do what you did? How did you get where you are? It is because I invested in myself
Yeah.
every year, going to meet other leaders that were in front of me, going to learn new information that I didn't have access to, expanding beyond my little state of California out
Mhm.
to the rest of the world. And that's how you do it.
Yeah.
And every single one of those, I always brought back a couple of actionable ideas that I could implement pretty quickly right into my business. And that's how I got to where I am.
And
Absolutely.
I think that's how
Absolutely.
people should look at it. It's an investment in you to help you build your skill set in this particular um, type of work. You should not be worried about the cost of whatever it is. I was not worried about it at all. And I'm just getting started. And I dove right in with both feet. I was like, I'm trying to absorb as much as I
Yeah.
can. And this is an investment in yourself, in your own business. And if you don't think that it's worth whatever the cost is, then don't worry about it. Don't just keep moving on.
Yeah, keep moving
Yeah.
on.
And what Stacy is saying is the right mindset
Mhm.
because, I see a lot of people out there taking a lot of different training and coaching courses. This is the same thing, guys. It's the same category. It's an investment in your education and your business development.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Yes, I
Absolutely.
do write it
Every
off.
damn penny is tax deductible.
That's
Hello.
right.
Well, and I think the cool part about it is now too, this will be my fifth one coming up. And the cool thing is it's a lot of work. Yes, it is a lot of work, but it's also a lot of fun and it feels vacation-like. And I catch myself sitting like at a happy hour or at a dinner or at a random lunch that was thrown together, meeting new people. And I catch myself just kind of leaning back, feeling really, really grateful that I get to write this off. Like this is This is like a vacation. I mean, it's busy, but just being able to be around all the people that you see every week on this call or that have influenced you in this business across the board is really, really cool. So we have sparked something else with Giselle. Giselle,
Oh,
what
goodness.
can we? You're on mute. There you go.
Yeah, okay, perfect. I'm writing down as I go. But speaking of the tax deductions, as someone starting off, do you guys recommend or is it even needed to create an LLC for a notary if you just don't know what trajectory you might be going?
So we're never going
Oh,
to answer that question, Giselle, and I'm going to let Laura tell you why.
so we are not CPAs
Yeah.
or attorneys. So we are not in a position to say what's right for you. But I will tell you this, that you should have a system. And that system tracks your expenses and your income so that when you are working with a professional to file your taxes, the information is easy to access and understand. The system I personally use is Notary Assist. I have used it since 2010, so quite a long time. The owner herself, Sue Hope, is the one that is the support. She is fantastic. And for everybody else, she will be there in one of the booths at the conference. Is she teaching a workshop this year? Do you know? Not, no, but she will be in the exhibitor booth. And so I'm not saying that Notary Assist is the only system out there. What you need to do is have a system. I happen to use that one and I recommend it because it's very intuitive and easy for a beginner to start tracking all of that. Otherwise, it'll get away from you and you'll
And
end
it's,
up paying tax on stuff you don't need to be paying
yeah,
tax
and it's created by a notary for notaries.
for notaries.
And Giselle, I put the link, it ends in CNTDA because that's our affiliate link. I put the link in the chat for you if you want to check out Notary Assist. I believe, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it's $9 a month. Is that right?
About that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
Less
can
than 10.
start for free
Yeah,
for
Yeah.
your
30 days
first
free.
number of
Oh yeah, you
transactions.
can try it out for free.
Yeah, and no credit card. So you don't
Yeah.
have to give her any money to try it out.
Yeah.
I just sat next to Janae at the booth in Atlanta, so I heard the whole spiel. So I'm
So you
ready.
know it.
Yep.
Well,
So
and we are right next door to Sue at
At
this
the
upcoming
tribe.
conference, which I'm excited about. So she's a great neighbor to have.
Who put you guys next to each other? That's just trouble.
We were together last year too.
We were. And
she
just
Nicola.
what
knows
you see
cool
going
kids.
on,
She knows people.
Jen, I
Yeah.
just want to point out what you guys see going on right now. Do you know how that happens? Why we know who Sue is, why we know who to recommend, why we can do, because we go out to these live events and we meet other people and we try out what they have and we find out from each other. And that sharing is what helps us all grow.
Oh, yeah. Very, very true. Excellent point, Laura. We've got a question from Diana. She's
Yeah.
here in Texas, right down the street from me, and somehow I still only manage to see her once a year at conference. Hi, Diana.
You hear sometimes.
Sometimes.
I wanted to piggyback and probably promote too, but when you go to conference, if even if it's the once a year or local or the coffee meetings or whatever, go with a plan, go with an agenda.
That's right.
So if you haven't yet, there was a notification. Look at the agenda for conference this year. Every year they have a theme. Pick out your skill set, or what do you want to focus on to develop yourself. You'll come out ahead of the game. If you set some goals to improve yourself, you'll find out you probably know more than you think, and you'll say, "Oh, but look, I gained improvement." You set that agenda, and and then whatever connections you make, follow up, and then share. If I like what Laura says, because she doesn't just grab a network. She also shares and passes it on, and that's what's made her so awesome. She doesn't just hold it all to herself, and that is why she's one of the notaries of the year, and it's what's made TNT grow as far as it's gone, because she was way at the beginning when it was Breakfast Club and stuff, and she's done well with her presentations. Way back when it was just webinars with Bill Anderson, it just started coming up one year and stuff, and so she's a she's a leader way back from like 2007, 2009, and from what I can remember, and that is a golden nugget right there.
Thank you.
Sorry, guys, my
Yes,
internet is unstable, supposedly. We're getting some storms coming through here today, I guess, but hopefully you guys heard all of that. Thank you, Diana. Diana, how many conferences have you been to in your career, your long storied career as a notary public?
I think my first one was 2013, and I've
That's
only missed maybe one or two.
That's awesome. Well, I look forward to seeing you in Florida in just a couple of days.
Thank you.
I always manage to run into you at check-in every year. You and I always show up, but we must come in on the same flight and don't realize it.
I'm driving.
Oh, that's right. You're driving this year.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I'm in Mobile right now. I'm taking care
that's
of my
right.
sister-in-law.
That's right. That's right. Well, Susie, I just sent you a message. So can you check that out? And then if anybody has a really quick question, we have about 3 minutes left. Does anybody want to ask a question? And listen, hopefully all this conference talk has gotten everybody excited. If you can't go this year, if you're not going this year, hopefully next year you guys will be joining us. And then, oh, Asia has a quick question. Asia, what can we do for you? You are on mute, Asia.
Oh, there we are. I'm not going to conferences. I'm excited though. I'm in Wisconsin. Do you guys ever come to like Chicagoland for conferences? Has that ever been a thing? Like the the Midwest?
Yes. Are we going to Chicago next year? Inquiring minds want to know.
I cannot tell you. What I will say is that we look for places that Southwest flies that are low cost to get to and try to secure the lowest rates possible. So never say never, but I literally cannot say where next year is. You can find out May 5th around 8 p.m. Floridian time. That's when we will make the announcement at the gala, and I'm sure the NNA will broadcast it the second that the world is allowed to know.
Well, I'm crossing my fingers.
There
Okay.
you go. There you
I
go.
do love Wisconsin though.
Rochelle, very, very quickly, because we have one more NNA membership that we are going to give away before we hang up this call.
Don't forget my swag.
Don't forget. Oh, yeah, I won't. I gotcha. I wrote it down in my calendar so I wouldn't forget.
Yay! Because I so want to go.
I know. Next year.
Yes, I will be there.
We'll be letting everybody know as soon as we find out, because I've tried everything to get them to tell us where we're going the following year, and it never works. All right, NNA, let's give away another membership. How do you guys want to do it?
1, 2, 3, not it.
I was just gonna say, I always enjoy gifting it to someone who is just starting out. And we've already done that for Giselle, but I'm just wondering, is there anybody else that's new to the notary world on
Let's
the
see
call?
who answers first.
Yeah.
Anybody want to put in the chat if they're new and get a membership to the NNA? We're all staring at that chat.
Everybody is experienced, seasoned. We've been around forever.
All right. Yeah, I don't see any other new.
Like a year or less. That's new.
Okay.
Yeah, a year or less is new. That's right. Anybody a year or less?
2 years? Cynthia, how long have you been a notary?
Since 24, but I didn't start practicing until 25.
Okay, well then you win.
She was
There you
born in
go.
Michigan too.
Sometimes you just gotta ask.
I'm sorry, Wisconsin.
I already paid for it this year. Can I still do it?
Oh yeah, it'll just
Of
add for your
course.
next year.
Oh, lovely. That's wonderful. Yay. Thank you.
Yay!
Awesome.
Congratulations, Cynthia.
Saved money so I can go to the conference next year.
There you
Nice.
go.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Throw your contact, your email in the chat, and we'll be sure to reach out and get you
yourselves
connected.
too. Did you get just And let me just say also that when we first open registration for next year, there will be a payment plan available. And our plan is to make it as cost effective as possible so that long term, and we have a very generous refund policy as well, should you change your mind and not be able to go. So even just signing up to start on the path and, try to make it work, you will not regret it. Like, it's one of those things where we talk about it. I know we sound like a cult, okay, when we talk about this, but when I tell you it is a great time, it is. So I know that it's ad nauseum how much everyone talks about that they enjoy it, but it really is a good time. And anyone that can get there, come say hi. Susie and I will be walking around. We'll be the ones in awesome red shirts. So come find us, say hello, because I love meeting people in person. So
Yeah. Well, Giselle, I know you've got your hand up, but we are actually over our time today. But I do want to make sure, Giselle, did you get your email information to Susie or Nicola?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
I got both Giselle's and
You've got
Cynthia's.
both
So
of them.
yeah,
Okay. I just wanted to make
I'll
sure.
reach out in the next couple days.
Awesome. Yeah, be patient. They're a little busy right now. Guys, thank you for hanging out with us. Can't wait to see everybody who's going to the NNA conference. We can't wait to go live next week, and we need you to show up, please, next week on TNT. Don't forget, it's 2 hours earlier than normal. So back off 2 hours from the normal time, whatever time zone you're in. Same exact link. You don't need to do anything special for the link. But just please come out and support Laura and Matt and myself as we host TNT Live from the NNA conference. Have a fabulous week, everybody. We will see you next week. Thanks. Oh, Laura, I forgot your
I
closeout.
know, I was all ready too.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, everybody's leaving.
No, I want
Gotta go.
here.
No, they're
No.
not.
Still here. Okay,
Literally.
for those who are left, our only influence is by example, because practicing what we preach is what holds us to a higher standard.
Love it. Love it. The goat. You need to write a book called Goat Wisdom.
That is awesome. Thank you, Laura. You're awesome.
You're welcome.
She is the goat.
She is. She is. All right, guys. Have a great week. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
bye.